Hi everyone, Eileen here with a huge thank you. Oh, I've received so many messages about this card and comments, and it's been absolutely wonderful, the support that you've shown me, and it's appreciated. It really is. Thank you so much. And as promised, here's a video tutorial for you. Yeah, let's go then. It's a beautiful Christmas tree, absolutely stunning image. Have fun. Pop that where I can see it. There we go. I'm starting off with a piece of white Paper Mill Direct Super Smooth cardstock. Any cardstock that is super smooth will do. And I've got a piece, and the measurements are 10.5 centimetres by 19 centimetres in length. And the first thing I'm going to do is to stamp the main image, and that's my guide for the rest of the card to develop. I'm using Versafine Clair Nocturne with a heat gun because I want to set the image, you know, so it's thoroughly dry. And the stamp I'm using is obviously from Lavinia Stamps, and it's called Christmas Joy. Beautiful small Christmas tree. So inking up. Now I'm not using a stamp press, so I want to make sure this image comes out first time. Plenty of ink on, and I re-inked this pad in June, so still fairly juicy, I think. Then I need to take off, for this card, I get some kitchen towel, I need to take off the trunk, or the bottom of the trunk, so around about there. So I'm removing the ink from the bottom, trying to get it all off. Although I'll be drawing over the top, so maybe any mistakes I can cover up. And down it goes, about an inch and a bit down from the top of the card, more or less in the middle of the card otherwise, from the sides, but quite a long way up from the bottom. So I'm waffling now. Let the ink soak in and then really press it down heavily up. Yeah, that's good enough. Now, if it isn't, you need to start again because you obviously need that image to be where you can really see it. But wiped out most of the trunk there. But don't worry, we'll cover that up. In fact, I'm going to do that first. So, turning it on its side and using my trusty TSquare. Where are you? There it is. Just giving the tree a quick blast because I don't want the ink to smudge. Heat gun or hairdryer will do that. And then the TSquare, got this from Amazon, $2.99. It's plastic. You have to be really careful with it. It's a bit flimsy, but I'm not going to fight any wars with it or go into battle. Though well, occasionally I go into battle, but it's with inks and stamps. So it should be okay if you're gentle. That's it. So taking it over to the trunk, or the bottom of the trunk here, and I'm just going to find my ink pen, and I'm using a Ranger Letter It fine liner. It's got a really fine line tip. And then looking at the card, I want to see how many lines I did. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, wow, they are the usual 5. 1, 2, 3, 5. Yep. 5 lines. So we've got 1 that comes right the way down, and then moving over just a smidge to do different lengths, 3, 4, and then just wiping off the T-square of any ink. 5, that'll do. Now I've got a little bit of a black mark here still from the ink that was left on from the trunk of the tree, but I can get rid of that with an eraser if it's really getting on my nerves. It is a little bit, but I'll finish it off first. So still keeping with the T-square, give it a good wipe down, all right? You can use a ruler, obviously, for this, but a T-square, I just like it because it clips onto the edge of the card. Putting it back on, like so, moving it over next to the lines that you've just added, and then I'm going to use an angled brush, one of these small ones, you know, from, I think I used a brush, yeah, I did. This is a small one. This is a do-it-yourself brush from a do-it-yourself store. I think this was B&Q here in the UK. I have seen them on Amazon, so it's a small angled brush, but you could buy paint brushes like this. I bought this because it was cheaper, less expensive, that's a better word. And I'm using Archival Inks in Distress Colours, all right, for this card. All of the inks I'm using are from this tin. Archival Inks, Distress Colours, because it dries fast. Peeled paint. And get the kitchen towel or cloth handy. A cloth probably would be better. Need that handy because you need to wipe either your ruler or your T-square after each application. So I'm going up under the branches of the tree now, very gently, just to put some colour down. And again, make your lines different sizes, different lengths. And put your ink on a bit at a time, very gently. 1. I don't think wiping it is so important as you're only using the same colour. 2. And move down a bit. 3. Again, I think I did 5. So everything's all of odd numbers, of course. 4. So you need different depths of colour, adds interest. So some of the lines are paler and others are deeper. Now that'll do. Okay, now to emphasise those lines, I'm going to put some lines in with gold sparkle pen, but not yet. Let me finish off the rest of the distress ink work. So, not distress ink, archival. So the next one I'm using, Archival Ink in Picked Raspberry. And then I will be bringing in Archival Ink Faded Jeans and Archival Ink in Black Soot. I think that's what I use for this. Time will tell, because I'm not actually sure what colours I used here. It looks to me like a bit of Faded Jeans and Black Soot. It could just have been black soot on its own, but we'll soon find out. It'll either look good or it won't. Okay, so starting off with picked raspberry and a small brush from Lavinia. I'm using brush number 7, so that it's a smaller stencil brush. I'm a bit hesitant whilst I'm doing the dialogue for this because I'm not actually sure. I can't quite remember how I actually did this card. I mean, I'm looking at it and I'm following it easy enough. So we're sort of doing it together, aren't we? So I'm looking for a moon mask now. There will be good. Here it is. Moon mask from Lavinia. So pop that down just under the tip of the tree there. And then bringing it over, just look at the card, see where it comes over. Yeah, I've got that. That comes over to round about there, like so. So very gently, layer at a time, bring on the pink. Bringing it out a little bit more. Right, I think I've got enough of the pink going out. So now I just want to emphasise that line at the beginning, so it's deeper in colour. Like so, yeah. That'll do. And then clean off your mask, the moon mask, circle mask. And then putting it down over the other side. Like so. I'm just looking at the card to see where I started it. So it was around about there, I think. Doesn't have to be exact. And then I'm going to start off with faded jeans first. Excuse me. And another, I need a drink, won't be a moment. That's better. Another brush from Lavinia Stamps, number 7 brush. Oh, I don't want to move it. Keep it tight and a bit at a time. Yeah, definitely. I think it was black soot, you know, girls and boys. I think it was black soot that I used, but I'm going to carry on with the faded jeans. And then add the black soot at the end just to darken it down. So bringing that out. Yeah, that's good. Right. So I'm just going to wipe it now. Oh, look, I'm getting pink ink all on this side. Never mind. I can get rid of that. Let's pop this down here. So I've wiped the circle mask again and now bringing in archival black soot. Be careful with this. Oh, yes. I need a smaller brush, I think. That one's too... That's better. Little dinky one. I think this is from Sweet Bobby Stencils. Yeah, they do these tiny little brushes. I really love them because it's handy for this sort of thing where you don't want it to put on too much ink. Yes, that's better. I can just about see the colour at the lip of the circle or the edge of the circle. Yeah, oh, I'm liking that. That's good. Right, okay. So yeah, look, I've got mucky there. So I've got a choice. I can either trim that off. It's about 1/2 centimetre. No, maybe not as much as that. But anyway, let's see what I can do with the eraser first. This is, for those of you that don't know, this is a Tombow sand and rubber eraser, mono, for ink and pencil. So you've got sand one end for ink and you've got a rubber for just normal rubber end for pencil. This requires some serious erasing, so I'm using the sand. Don't forget that when you're using an eraser, it will break the fibres of your card. So I would only do this on areas that I'm not re-inking, because otherwise the broken fibres of the card will suck the ink in and make it more noticeable, deeper in colour, and could wreck your card. So only in areas where it won't be spoilt. I'm looking for a brush now to brush off this detritus. Almost there. Just a little more and you'll never know it was there. She says confidently. Yeah, I can see a tiny shadow of pink, but I'm going to edge it in a black Sharpie. And that should take your eye away from it. So a little bit more to do with the eraser. In fact, I can still see a little bit of ink here from where I didn't remove enough on the very beginning, but that's now gone, like so. And I'm taking a black crayon. This is, oh, that's dark brown. Black crayon. This one is a polychromos, and I'm just going to deepen down the join of the tree to the straight lines drawn by my ruler. Just a little bit, just to make it look as if it's meant to be, which it is, obviously. Okay, so just to join them up, like so. Next, it's piece and a circle. Circle comes from a Lavinia Stamps stencil. Ta-da! And so I'm just going to have a look to see which one it is. I think it's one of the smaller ones, of course. Not that one. No, a bit bigger than that. Could be that one. Or is it that one? No, that's too big. I'm going to do that one. Right, okay. Find one that you like. And I'm going to pop that down here. It's quite close to the lines of the stem of the tree. Now this you need to be careful of. I'm going to use a small brush. Again, this is from Sweet Bobby Stencils. One of these smaller brushes. But I need to stay within the lines of the circle without going anywhere else. So keep your fingers crossed. back to my box of archival inks in Distress Ink colours. I've moved it, so come down just a bit here. I think that was it. Was it that one? Oh, sorry, as you were. Moved it, didn't I? No. Yeah, it's got to be that one. Okay. So down a bit there, just a little. Barn door. Nice day today. Cleaning out my shed today. Oh, deep joy. I want to get it all sort of everything put away for the winter. Tidied up. Little bit at a time, like so. And deepen the colour a little bit more. There we go. And then the word peace. Now I've been naughty again. I've been cutting my stamps up. And the one that I've been cutting up is from this set. From Lavinia, of course, and it's called Christmas Blessings. And you've got all these words. And I've been cutting it about. I've cut Christmas out, and I've cut the word peace. And I don't think love, hope, faith, joy, angels and blessings are safe either. But you never know at the moment. They're all in one block. But I like that word peace, and that's what we need, isn't it? So popping it down. Black ink. Versafine Clair. Just going to check that it's straight. And it works. No, it didn't work then. Now I've got lines all over it now. So getting my cloth. When you're making a video, I don't know if you found this. When you're making a video and you get equipment out and then you need it, sometimes when they drop to the floor, they wander away. They don't just drop to the floor, they totally disappear. Now I had a cloth here. Can't find it. I'll find it after the demonstration. I'll tell you, I'm sure there's a video tutorial gremlin that takes stuff, nabs it from the table with a sort of, oh, quick, she'll be wanting that in a minute. Let's take it away. God, it's because you can't see when you get into a panic. Those of you that make video tutorials will know exactly what I mean. Right, so the word peace, let's try that again. Because this is the last dodgy bit. When I say dodgy, I mean that if it goes wrong, I've got to start again. So I'm just going to pop that word on now. Close to the stem. And there it is. And I've got a line totally underneath it. Oh, dearie me. Or words to that effect. Let's see what I can do. Can I get rid of it? Or will you not see? Oh, yeah, look, it's going. So it's half the circle, though, mind. Keep with it. Well, I am. I do like to show you warts and all, because we all make mistakes. And it's good to know how to put them right. So I've destroyed some of the fibres now, of course, because I've used the eraser. But I might get away with it. So I'm just going to pop back on that circle, like so, to put the red ink back in. Very gently does it with the brush. You can actually see the difference. So I will tell everybody, and you just don't split on me, that it's texture. It was deliberately done so that the red circle wasn't smooth, it was texturized at the bottom. All right, so we got that in. And then there's tiny little bit missing from the top of the A, so we'll just pop that back in with a crayon. And I won't tell anybody if you don't tell anybody, all right? Okay, so I think I'll get away with that. Let's clear up a little bit here. Black Sharpie. Just want to go down the side now. All right. I'm just looking for copy paper. Just talk amongst yourselves. That will do. Now the last bit on this, from what I can see, is the gold pen. Oh yes. And this gold pen is hiding. There it is. This gold pen is from Artistro. You still can get these, even though the colours, they've altered all of the titling and all the colours on the barrel of the pen. You know, upgraded it. This is quite old, this pen. So they've redone the artwork. And it's a permanent marker pen, extra fine point, 0.7 millimeters, oil-based in gold, and they do silver. You get them on Amazon or from Artistro themselves, if that's how you pronounce it, not sure. So give it a good shake. Take the top off, if it will come off. Oh, I had to really fight that then. Okay, down we go. And you can see that it's beautiful, isn't it? Look at that. Press it too hard though and it pulls everywhere, so be careful. You've got to be gentle with this. And then looking, I'm just going to do, yeah, it is really coming out a lot actually, but anyway, I'll carry on. I'm just doing the larger dots in the tree, not all of them, not all sizes I mean, just the larger ones. That will do, I think. Yeah. Now that one at the top is really dry, is really large, where the ink has just sort of splodged out, but I'm sure you'll forgive me for that. As you go down, it's not as bad as it was. So I need to take more out on the paper, okay? So when you're doing this and you've got one of these, take some more out on the paper until you don't get such a large splodge that I've got there. Am I redoing this video tutorial? because of that? No. And will I be able to save it? I might do, look. So I've got this black pen. So I'm going to now disguise the fact that that is as large as it is by just blacking in the edges. There you go. You'd never know, would you? Well, you might. There you are. That'll do. A little bit more. Okay. So, my lovely friends, and you are indeed lovely friends with all of the comments and the support that you give me. I've got one more thing to do. Turning it around on its side again, making sure that it's absolutely dry, that gold ink, and it is. I'm just going to take a gold sparkle pen and pop in some lines on this green area here, some vertical lines, or they will be when I turn the card around. And looking for my T-square. Has that run away as well again? Come on, where are you? There you are. Popping it down. Different lengths again, always. Just put 5 in. And that gives it a little bit more added interest. There we go. Right. I think that I'm done. It's more or less the same as the original. And I enjoyed doing it. I hope that you enjoyed seeing this. I've got another couple of abstract cards that I've done, and I have promised that I will do those as well. One of them has got one of the new witches on, and the other one has one of the new Lavinia trees on. So I will film those as well for you. Thank you for your interest. I'll give you the total dimension of the base card on this is the topper, as we've used here, 10.5 centimetres by 19. The base card is 21 centimetres in length by 12.5 in width. And I've just popped that inside of there. Take my board. I think I've rambled a bit in this demonstration. I'm really relaxed and I've enjoyed doing it. So I'm sorry if I rambled a bit. I know you'll forgive me. Well, I hope so. And I'll see you again very soon. Bye for now.